Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another live listing show. Tonight we have 1923 magazine to take a look at. Say hi to some folks that are popping in. True Miscellany with some Wi-Fi issues. That's all right. We'll allow a couple of minutes for everybody to get situated, get ready, get something cold to drink or warm to drink, whatever you feel like. Put on your thinking caps and help me out with another exciting magazine with nice big ads, 16 by 11 ads, most of them. A lot of them are in color even, because we're jumping ahead from, what was it, 1906 last time to 1923. That's a pretty big step as far as the ad world goes, for sure. Well, welcome aboard, everyone. Welcome, Jeff. How are you? Oh, alrighty. It is warm here. We always got to, the weather talk always starts off every show, but seems to be a popular thing. 74 degrees and sunny here in Pennsylvania, in my area, Pennsylvania. Very nice. It's supposed to be beautiful this week, all week. In the 80s later. I don't know if anybody saw the premiere. We did a video launch at 5 o'clock about that new coupon option that eBay rolled out. It's basically, for those of you who use the other coupon thing, which I did, where you could just kind of one-off, create a coupon and then send it individually to buyers or to people that are watching, or repeat. I think it was really used for people that had already purchased from you. You could go in and try to, entice them to come back and buy something else. That was cool, but honestly, I did, I don't know, maybe 50 of them, and I never even got a response to any of them. So I was kind of down on the whole coupon thing, bailed on it, gave up. And then I read recently about this new version of it, essentially. And if you check out the video, you'll see the details. But the basics behind it are now you can create a public coupon that anybody who sees the coupon can use it and apply it. And you send it out. And in my instance, I put it for a very small period. It's only for a day at a time. I did my first one yesterday, and I had 4 sales as a direct result of that coupon being used. And it tells you when it sells, sold via 20% off coupon or whatever you set up. So it definitely works. And then we had 3 more sales today. So that's 7 sales in 2 days as a direct result of using that new public coupon. So I highly recommend you guys try it if you haven't already. Check out my video if you want to see some details on it. But I'm really thrilled about that. We'll see how long it lasts. Some quick burst of activity, but it's pretty cool. I did another one, like I said, this morning, which expires tomorrow night, California time at 11:30. So 2:30 in the morning here. Hey, Jeff, you sold a Pinhead Coke ad. Beautiful. I sold, and hey, CJ, sorry, I didn't say it. YouTube bell didn't work. Uh-oh, that's not good. We need that bell to work, everybody. Let me just check behind the scenes really quickly on my channel, make sure everything is working right. It should be. And CJ, did you get the bell for the video? I just, it went out. It was a premiere at 5 o'clock. Just curious if you missed that one too. Definitely something worth checking out. If it's a problem, let me know. If anybody else didn't get it, please. I'd appreciate it. I see it going out on another channel that we have, my wife has, and it does say that, you can see the notification a half hour out, and then 5 minutes ago that I was going live. And I also see the announcement 36 minutes ago prior to the premiere. So on my end, it's definitely working. Interesting, though. YouTube, you kind of never know. But yeah, guys, check that out if you haven't done it. That's 7 sales for me so far in a little over a day and a half. Very excited about that. No bell. All right. Well, thanks for watching anyway, CJ. I'm glad you checked it out. And you didn't get a bell for the live show either, huh? Maybe I would suggest just go in, hit it, like unbell, if you will, and then go back and hit it again, see if that works, The dummy check thing everybody always does, right? Turn it off, turn it back on, reset, whatever. Do the same thing. Just click on the bell so you don't receive notifications maybe, and then go back in and hit it again. See if that works. But yeah, really good stuff. And if you guys remember from, what was it, a couple of days ago, I guess it was Friday night maybe we did the show, the last listing show. Remember the Coke ad we were talking about with the guy with the really small head and huge body? That ad sold already for $25 to a buyer in Canada. So I'm very excited about that. I like to kind of tell everyone when we're on a listing show and we list these things. I might actually add that or incorporate it into the video, where I'll show everybody, you know, if we listed something recently in like the previous show or two and it's sold, I'll kind of show everybody. But that did sell, was it yesterday morning, I think? So just a couple of days on that one. I knew it would. Coke ads, especially old Coke ads like that, very popular. $25, 5x7. Nothing, huh? Yeah, that was cool. And how you doing, CJ? Any more ad sales yet? Last few days? Let me know. Trying to think of anything housekeeping related that we could discuss. I had that new video. I am going to do a video. I promised it last week. I have it quasi-produced. It's just not edited yet on sheet music. I'm definitely going to have a video, just kind of the high-level overview of selling vintage sheet music on eBay. And then I figure maybe immediately after that video is released, the next live listing show, maybe we'll go in and take a look at some of those and we'll list. If not the whole show, maybe we'll do a portion of the listing show. We'll take care of some music, some sheet music, because it does sell well. It sits there a while sometimes, but they sell. You sold a second one. Very cool. Very, very cool. Congratulations, CJ. That's awesome. All right, guys. Actually, I'm going to ask one more person who I know was going to be here tonight if they received that bell notification, because now CJ has me worried that maybe something's going on with the alerts. Just hang on one second. Let me see if this individual received it. I think that's interesting. For the upcoming census of several folks to see if CJ is the only one or if it's an epidemic at this point and nobody's getting it. I sure hope that's not the case. Set up my second screen, which I didn't do yet. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. All right. Are you ready to rock, CJ? I know he's always ready. He says, let's go. Let me pull up the eBay screen. And let's get started on this shindig tonight. Here we are. Okay. Yep. We are working with a 1923 issue of McCall's magazine. Let me see what the month was. It was fall sometime. September 1923. Big magazine, 16 by 11 inch on the full size ads. There are a handful of, I think they were all long ads that I picked. There were one or two really small ones, which are quack medicine related, which are always kind of funny. I'll show you them later on. Those are really tiny, like 2 by 2 inch. But the majority of tonight's ads are actually full size. There's a handful that are like full 16 inch length, but only like 5 inches or 4 inches or even 3 inches wide. But never bothers me. They still sell. Alrighty, so let's set up that and let's bring in the first advertisement, shall we? And what will that one be, everybody? What will it be? Let's start off with an oldie but goldie. No, a classic. We've talked about them before. They always sell. It bears repeating. This would be Campbell's tomato soup. Probably, I would say this is probably the most common print ad I have out there. Campbell's soup. Like the most, not common necessarily, but the largest amount or the largest volume of product ads are probably Campbell's. I don't know. I should have looked this up. I don't know exactly when Campbell's came into existence, but I'm pretty sure that every single magazine I've acquired in my days of doing this, which again date back to, I think the earliest was 1896, every single one of them have had a or at least every year, not every magazine, every year has had a Campbell's soup ad. And definitely by far the most popular is Campbell's tomato soup. So even though it's kind of a no-brainer in the print ad business, and it seems almost so common that you think to yourself, who would ever want it? There's always people buying my Campbell's soup ads. And hopefully this will be no exception. So let us start with this one. It's really simple. I figured we'd start with the simple ones and then into more detail later on as more people show up. I know it's still early. It's 5:42 here on the East Coast. But put in Campbell's tomato. Let's put soup actually in there. Change that category, and sure enough, soup. And let me just make some adjustments. My store category will now be food. Update our brand to Campbell's. Update our theme to soup. And fill out some specifics. I also went in. I wanted to talk about this briefly with everybody as well, but because we're all in this together, aren't we? I go in as a matter of course, maybe after 3 months, if there's some items that haven't sold, and there certainly are always, but there are some items that haven't sold a 3-month period, 90-day period, however you want to define it, prior to the current day, I'll go in usually once a week. I'll sort all of my active listings by the date that it was started, and I'll just take out a portion that are 90 days and prior, 90 days prior and older. And I'll go in and I'll do that that trick that Don always talks about, Auction Professor, and a lot of other people have talked about as well, where you end them and then sell similar, right, to try to rejuvenate the listings. Well, I went ahead and I did that yesterday. I think it wound up being about 400 ads. I went in, I ended, I sold similar. Well, guess what happens when you end and sell similar? If you don't fill out all of these specifics, recommended specifics on certain ads, you basically start from zero. So all of a sudden, after I had no, they usually have that little tab on eBay that tells you have a certain amount of recommended specifics to fix. I had fixed them already, but when I ended those 400 or so and relisted them, suddenly I was presented with like 80, 90, something like that. New requires specifics, right? So I had to go in and do all that, which was really a hassle, and I'm not sure why it doesn't retain that. So I'm curious to know if anybody else has had that experience, but it's kind of a pain in the neck. But then I'm thinking that hopefully the process that we've just described of doing that will, rejuvenate those ads and make them become more visible again, at least in the short run. I think it's like a 2 or 3 day spurt. You probably get some really good activity, but after that, I'm not so sure if it still works. But that's my new mantra here is after 90 days or 3 months, I'll go in, I'll take a look, I'll revisit. It's also a great opportunity, like many have talked about, when you end them and you go in to relist them or sell similar, it's a good chance it's opportunity for you to go in and eyeball, look for silly mistakes you might have made, maybe adjust pricing if you feel the need to, maybe adjust promotion. If you're doing promoted ads, maybe you think about addressing that and changing the percentage, or maybe you don't want to. It's just a good opportunity to kind of, take inventory of that stuff, and maybe there's a reason it hasn't sold in 90 days. The sheet, there's certain items that I have, and I think everybody has a portion of their store probably where they're long tail items, like my 78 records are not going to sell every day. A lot of the print ads, truth be told, they could sit out there for a year, and then all of a sudden they'll sell. And then I'll have one like the Coke ad from Friday that sold in 2 days. So no rhyme or reason to it. But there's just certain products are going to kind of sit there until the right buyer comes along. And that's fine. As long as you have a good quantity up and a good volume, you're going to make enough money to support yourself. That's the hope. Hey, Rutan, sell similar. And sell similar. You've been doing sell similar for 100 items the past 3 days. The only thing I've had to fix was a few shipping policies. Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, I actually had a slew of new recommended specifics. Drove me nuts. And they came in, they kind of trickled in. It wasn't all at once. Don't know why, but I went in, I did that. I did sell some sell similar and find a listing with no shipping option. Ooh, really? Yeah, did you get the little exclamation point icon? That's another opportunity, like I was saying, to go in and fix things. Sometimes I'm thinking that they just kind of pop up. It might just be a mistake with eBay's system. I don't know, but it's a good chance to just go through, see what you have out there, see if you can discern why they might not have sold. Like if it's something that you think should sell in a relatively short time frame, and it's been sitting out there for 3 months, the old adage, right? Check your photos, check your keywords, look for silly spelling mistakes, which I've done before. I've been called out on it. I've had people, it's pretty funny, but I appreciate it. But it's kind of strange when you get a comment on a video or something, hey, you spelled, so-and-so wrong on an ad or on any other listing. But it's nice. I appreciate when people take the time to do that. So silly things like that can make or break, a sale. Oh, you found it before ending it. Okay, cool. It's also a great opportunity. I'm sure everybody knows, but when you get ready to submit that sell similar, you always want to look in the bottom right and see if there's any fees. It'll be highlighted in blue. And if you weren't expecting, like, there's certain fees about if you want to use a larger photo, if you want to use a subtitle or something like that, there's automatically going to be an extra fee for those. But if you weren't expecting a fee, that's an opportunity to check, hey, what's going on and why am I getting charged a fee? And you can actually click on that blue thing and you can sort it in the fee column. And if you only have one or two, this way you don't have to go through 200 or 400 or 1,000 listings. But yeah, I just want to let everybody know that's the one thing I don't like about doing this so similar is I wind up suddenly having a whole bunch of recommended specifics again that I didn't have previously. But I am back to, fingers crossed, no recommended specifics. So hopefully all of my items are being presented out there and available for sale. All right, well, we've discussed this, and this is really unique. Look at this, everybody. Campbell's soup, right? It's in the soup advertising collectibles category. You notice here, we were just talking about recommended specifics. There is but one, the brand. Everything else is considered additional, which is kind of crazy. So really, all this extra stuff I put in isn't theoretically necessary, but I think it's very helpful. And I always go ahead and populate that. We talked about my pricing structure. Again, everybody has their own pricing structure and theory behind it, but I always put an additional $5 or so on the Campbell's ads from my usual price of $15, just because they seem to sell all the time. So that's really it with this one. Specifics are filled out. Pricing is in place. Dates are corrected. Shipping policy is in place. All the rich tomato goodness. We have one of the Campbell's kids down there, and they are, I think that might be a part of the reason that they're so popular. These Campbell's kids. What I'm going to do is those of you who watched a few shows know the drill here, but I'm going to blow this one up for everybody, because when you go on the initial screen, like I'm showing everybody, the one I'm sharing, it kind of gives you a small view. So let me go and give you the larger view, which just means I have to close out and then open a new screen share. Not a big deal, but it does give everybody a little more of a close-up view, and we can check out this Campbell's kid. There we go. There she is. I think it's a boy. Let's see what it says. It says, swinging gait, G-A-I-T, and healthy stride. Ruddy, R-U-D-D-Y. I think it's supposed to be ruby, but ruddy cheeks that glow with pride. You can tell from my good looks, I let Campbell be my cooks. Isn't that cute? Rudy cheeks. That's strange. Instead of, pretty sure that should be ruby. Don't you think, guys? Well, that's really it. So that's, aside from the, once again, Campbell's soup, how much more can you say about a soup can and a tomato? Not really a lot to say there. If you want, you can put in their little tagline. But you see over here, too, it says the ruddy, I guess it is, R-U-D-D-Y, juicy, tempting fruit, sun-ripened on the vines to delicious perfection. So if you're in a quandary and you're not really sure what to say about an ad, you can just borrow their little tagline. I would definitely mention the Campbell kid down here. They have a little poem, if you will. And that's about it. So let me go back and let's share the listing screen again. And let's get this one listing. And I'm being told ruddy is correct. By one Rutan for Relics, ladies and gentlemen. Also getting a definition. Let's see. As far as I know, we can't post the listing without. Yeah, I wouldn't think that was an option at all. So I'm surprised if you ended and relisted them or sold similar. If you ended them, I'm sure it wasn't out there with no shipping options. That is kind of strange. Ruddy is correct. Just means the cheeks are red all the time. Okay, very good. Thank you for that. Note to self: ruddy. Okay. I don't put Campbell's kids, because again, then we're repeating the word Campbell's. All the rich tomato goodness. I'm just going to write all the rich goodness, because I don't want to repeat tomato either. I'll put kids. No, I'll put kid. And that's pretty much it. Soup ads, unless they're, a little more involved and have some kind of, which you do see later on. But, in the 40s and 50s, they're a little more elaborate. There's sometimes the World War II thing going on, or there's other things than just the soup. But at this point, it's literally just, here's a can of soup, everybody. Soup is good food. Enjoy it. Well, that's it for this one. Let's list this and move on. But for a potential $20, I'd say it's worth it. Create similar. And let's see what else we have. Have a good volume of ads I picked out for everybody today. We are back in the vintage world. We had figured out that 100 years and older, 1923, is still 98, 99 years. So we're going to use the vintage wording for this magazine. Not antique like we were using for the last couple of shows. Okay, what else do we have? I'm saving a couple for certain people that I hope wind up showing up later on, because I think we'd all get a kick out of them. So let's kind of go through the rudimentary stuff first. And speaking of which, all right, let's go with this one. Nice ad, though, colorful. It's simply for Hawaiian crushed pineapple. Nice looking ad. Nice and colorful. An afternoon in Hawaii on your own front porch. There's also a recipe, which is always kind of cool when you have a recipe that can be included in an ad. It doesn't look like there's a brand. I will blow this one up too because there's a lot of words and it's kind of small font. But you can see there's like a tropical drink of some sort. It looks like some ice cream, maybe with some crushed tomato on top and a cherry. And some folks kind of hanging out on their balcony. It certainly looks like Hawaii because you have the palm trees going in the ocean. Let me take a look because I don't see a brand. Maybe it is just an ad for Hawaiian pineapple and without an actual brand like Dole. And sure enough, yep, it says Association of Hawaiian Pineapple Canners. So there isn't a brand specific here. It's just singing the praises of the pineapple itself. And yes, sure enough, there's a pineapple sundae featured up here. And then they have some recipes for other products called Shamrock Salad, which is pictured below, Society Punch, crushed pineapple, pineapple and apricot jam, pineapple caramel parfait. Those are the 4 recipes. Pretty cool. So I will go in now and we'll start building the title up. Hawaiian. Some misspelling. Hawaiian. Did I miss an I? Probably. Hawaiian. Canned pineapple. Let's see what comes up. I think there was a fruit and beverage or something. Yeah, fruit and raisins. Good enough for me. Nope, said crushed pineapple. I might have said tomato, sorry. A little slip because we were just working with tomato soup, but it is indeed crushed pineapple. Alrighty, and food ad still applies, fruit and raisins. This should be pretty simple too. We have multicolor original. We have no real brand, so let me see, what shall I say? I'm going to put NA because there really isn't a brand. From 1923. United States. And again, 1923, obviously Hawaii was not a state yet. For those who care. It's not modified and it is a print ad. And it's fruit and raisins. We're going to knock this down to a reasonable $15. What a bargain. It is the full page ad though, so. But you know, people collect Hawaii, people collect Polynesia, people collect tropical. And this kind of hits on all that. People collect ice cream. People collect drinks. Hawaiian crushed pineapple. Let's add that. Crushed pineapple. All right. Let's pull up the ad again. Whenever there's a recipe, I like to, mention the fact that there are recipes on there. You do see too, Truth in Advertising, down in the bottom right here. Looks like some kind of stain. For those of you who have been around a while and watched me for a bit, you know that I shy away from stained, damaged goods. The ad's perfect as far as like the trimmings are all fine. It's not There's no bends in it. There's no rips or tears. It's overall very clean, but there is that little smudge down there, right next, bottom right of the word pineapple. I'm going to be honest and mention the fact that there is a smudge. See, it says some smudges on paper. Pineapple stain. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, canned. I think I'm gonna put canned because I believe I'll read it again, but I think it said like the American Association of Pineapple Canners or something. But yeah, it looks like a pineapple stain. And this reminds me, everybody, you see my condition description, perfect for framing, light age toning, and I put some smudges on paper, which is true of this ad. However, I had that on from a previous listing, and I think I continued it. So I'm going to go back in and just make sure that the other listings that I put up, like the one we just did for Campbell's, certainly does not have a smudge. So I don't want to say it has smudges if it doesn't. So let me just tweak that really quickly. I'm going to edit. Just remove that smudging comment. Bam. Because otherwise that'll carry over. That's why you have to kind of check. When you get in the habit of selling similar, I always try to make sure I have, specifically things like this, the measurements in my case for these ads. And sometimes it's a 2-page ad, and I'll put the verbiage 2-pager, and I'll forget to take it out. And then every ad, if I want up listing, because sometimes I do list like 100 ads a day, and you don't want 100 incorrect descriptions. So that's an instance of it right there where I had the smudge thing in my Campbell soup ad, which does not apply. So I fixed that. And now going forward, unless there is another smudge, we won't be using that description. All right, that is done. Yeah, just as a kind of canned statement, right, Roten? Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I have, what do I have? Some age toning. Whether it's there or not, I always say that it could be. On my sheet music, I have a comment similar to what you're saying here, like maybe ripped, maybe torn, maybe frayed, consistent with age, something like that. Because a handful of them will be, a handful or not. But then I think you exceed expectations. If they read that and they buy it anyway, and then they're presented with a lovely piece of sheet music or a lovely ad that doesn't have any of those things, I think, ooh. So I'd rather err on the side of caution. I agree totally. But most of mine, they really are borderline perfect. Yeah, exactly. Generalization. I have that generalization in play for the sheet music because most of the sheet music has at least almost every one of them has the age toning. All the paper inside, almost pretty much without exception, has that browning just from age. So yeah, I leave kind of like I'll show everybody what I put in. We'll be listing sheet music probably the next show once I get the video up, which is, like I said, recorded. I just haven't finished editing it yet. But anyway, we have, let's see. Yeah, it says canned, ready to use. And let me get because Rutan was saying about the word canned, right? Yeah, it's the Association of Hawaiian Pineapple Canners. So we'll definitely use canned. I'm going to put recipes. Maybe we'll put palm trees. I'm thinking palm trees are probably a cool keyword. I'm going to put beach because that fills it out. Pretty much hits all of it, right? Got the recipe, you got the palm trees going, you got the sitting on a beach. It's Hawaiian pineapple. Kind of says it all, everybody. So let's list this one. I can't wait until that banner goes away. That keeps prompting me to go to the new listing tool, which I'm resisting. Rutan, because I think you asked this question last time, or CJ might have. I have gone back down. Instead of my 10%, I'm down to 1 again. I do that with some frequency. I'll see if there's like a huge boost by raising the ad rate, and I didn't see anything specifically. I used the 10% for a whole month and didn't see like any kind of giant spike. So why give them 10%, right? Put it back to 1, and theoretically you get at least 1 ad for that, right? So let's list this. Make sure there's nothing else stupid. Okay. CJ, I'm using with great age turning. With great age toning. Turning my brown pages. Yeah, like it's a plus, right? Authentic age toning. Got to work for that. It doesn't just come naturally, right? But seriously, that actually, people want that antique look. And you're sure to get it with I've never come across any sheet music, and we have probably a couple thousand pieces. Again, with exception, and certainly if you're more recent, you're not going to have age toning. But all of our ads are from the newest ones are from the 40s, and they go back to late 1800s, and every single one of them have at least a little bit of age toning on the white of the page. The covers are usually really good, but the internals, where the music, where the staffs are, and all the actual notation is, it's always browned. We were wondering about having a 20% coupon and 10% promoted. Yeah, right. If that's a lot, right? You know what I was wondering too about the coupon thing that I just did the video on. Let's say you have this, which I do, you have this canned coupon out there, 20%, right? And then you start getting watches on ads or whatever, your listings. If I go out and send a 20% offer on an ad, and they've already clicked on that 20% coupon, is it going to be 40% off? I don't know. That I worry about. I'll do a little more research on that. And if anybody else wants to do the same, but do you see what I'm saying? Like if you send an offer to a watcher and you discount, even let's just say 10%, but you have a coupon for 20, if they clicked on their coupon, do they get 30% off? I will tell you that you don't see that discount, or you don't see that they received a discount until you go into the details of the payment. Once they pay, you go into the detail screen and you'll see it says, whatever your price was, shipping, tax, then it says discount, and it just automatically deducts whatever your percentage of discount offered was, and then you're left with the net money. So I would like the ability, and maybe it does exist, but let's say you go in to make an offer. I know they were tweaking that, right, where you could see if you go into the offer screen, you could see if somebody's clicked on a promoted listing. Hopefully you could also see if they've already used your coupon or intend to use your coupon, because then you're giving away 40%. Is ridiculous. But all these things, I guess we'll find out with time. I'm thrilled with the feature as we sit here now, because like I said, 7 sales in a little more than 24 hours as a direct result of that coupon. And I am going to go in every day and just kind of do a new one, launch a new one. I think that usually is a good idea in general for sales and things, keep them very short term. So every day or two, I'll go in and do this coupon thing. You get the sense of urgency that the artificial sense of urgency, but it seems to work. People fall for all that stuff. It's been going on for probably since the beginning of time. Act now. All right, pineapple. Did we list this already? I'm sitting here yapping. Let me make sure it was listed. I don't remember if we hit list yet. Oh, we hit list. Okay, cool. Let's get rid of the pineapple. Starting off with basic little ads to start tonight. And then we'll pick up the tempo as more people come on. It's always a lot of fun when there's a lot of people and everybody's kind of debating about, what to call things. And I love that. I get a real kick out of it. All right. Bye-bye, pineapple. What's another fairly common? Here, we'll use this one. I try to keep like products in a row. In this instance, food. And here is another example. We have Swift's Premium Ham. It actually looks like bacon. Look at how the bacon came in like a paper bag. And I think you sliced it yourself. Isn't that cool? Big old knife. Slice yourself some bacon, fry it up. It looks like they got some tomatoes and some toast also. Nice pot of coffee. A little salt and pepper. This one is riddled with, again, not something I usually do, but I think people will still buy it. A couple smudges right here, as you guys can see. And there is a crease right here on the bottom right. It was folded in, and it was just when I opened the magazine, that's how the ad was. There are many ways you can literally iron that out if you put like a piece of cheesecloth over the paper or anything to protect it. If you guys have wax paper or it's the other kind of paper we use all the time for the bakery. Any sort of protective paper on top of it. You don't want to directly iron on top of this paper. It'll obviously probably burn and definitely brown. So cover it with a little something and you can kind of iron out that crease, at least reasonably so. But here we go. Swift Premium Hams and Bacon. Very popular brand. Still dealing with foods. Premium bacon and ham. Was it ham and bacon? Hams, plural. and bacon. A category and see what we got. Other food and beverage. That's fine. Let's go in and fill out these exciting specifics. Original brand is Swift's, 1923. And states modified, no. Theme, food and beverage, indeed. Again, going to keep this at the 15 until something really jumps off the screen. We're going to stick with the $15. It's old, but not that old. It's not turn of the century old. Those I put a premium on in general just because of the age of them, especially when they're in good condition. Okay, and it says this then is real economy. In purchasing premium bacon in the piece, one adds an economy to the satisfaction of having in generous quantity that which is acknowledged to be the very best. How formal is this writing? My goodness. Very, very posh. But there you go. I like the scene. You know, it's a nice morning scene. Breakfast table. But are you guys seeing the same thing I'm seeing? I think they literally just they give you a big old slab of pork belly and you slice it up as you see fit. Kind of gory and nasty, but hey, it gets the job done, right? I'm gonna put breakfast. I put breakfast table, coffee. Knife, maybe? No, it doesn't fit. I think that'll probably be all there is for this one. Simple, self-explanatory, not really much to dive into, but we do indeed have the smudges again. Yeah, right? A big hunk of bacon like that. Just size it up. I'm sure you can probably go to a butcher and get it fresh, right? But it definitely looks like it's paper, put in paper with a rope around it. Stuff was a lot fresher then. They didn't have preservatives in food, so it spoiled a lot faster, but it kind of it made people eat when they bought it. They didn't just stock up like a lot of people do. And buy a cheap bag of cookies that'll last 3 years if you don't open them. This was real food that really expired. The good old days. All right, but pretty much that's it, right? Breakfast table, coffee. I like the coffee pot. Oh, I'll put coffee pots because that is 0 again. Good at this, guys. Very good. Alrighty. I am going to, we've talked about this infinitum as well. You see how it looks a little artificially bright? There's like a yellowness there. Let's just dim this guy just a little bit, light-wise. Because I do believe it's a little too glaring. Boom. Yeah, just get it done, right? Rutan. Where's Sarah tonight, Rutan? Is she doing all right? You guys selling any, how's she doing with the Spiegel catalog? Selling anything? I've picked up the last couple of days since Sunday, which is very, very refreshing. And again, direct result of the coupon thing, at least yesterday and today. Great somewhat. Sold a record on Discogs today. If you guys aren't familiar with Discogs, I do have a video out about how to sell on Discogs. It's just a website that is primarily a database for all things music, for records and tapes and CDs, even 8-tracks, 78s. It's a great database. It's a good community. It's people that love music and love music media, all types of music media. And you can indeed sell on that website. I have a video about it. And I sold a record today. Rolling Stones, Let It Bleed. It's kind of psyched. They don't sell very frequently. I only have like 20 listings on there or something. And they are cross-listed with eBay. So once that's sold on Discogs, I had to go make sure that I went in and ended it on eBay because my luck would sell them. Oh, excuse me. I just knocked my microphone down. I don't want to, potentially sell it on eBay and then have to eat crow and say, oh, sorry, it already sold. But that's always good to know. Let me know if anybody else uses Discogs. If you guys want to talk Discogs anytime, I'm all over it. I'm a huge music guy. Rutan uses Discogs. Very cool. Discogs was not down, but it was super slow and you weren't able to ship from it this month. Of course, I get a sale. The whole thing was down. I tried it on 3 different computers. I tried it on my phone and it was just crawling to a halt and the shipping functionality was not there. But I still got it out today. I don't even know what the SLA is on Discogs. I guess you make your own, but I try to get everything out intraday if I can. If it's before the mail comes and it's easy to wrap up, I will get it out. Haven't had any interest so far on the radio. Oh, it's a shame. And she's doing some listing. Very good, very good. Is she listing as we, listening as she lists? Isn't that a song? Listen while you list. Haven't sold on that, but yeah, it's a great source for research, along with PopPsych. I'm sure everybody knows about PopPsych. Is it a Swedish or Danish site? I don't even know where it's from. Scandinavian, I believe. Another great resource for looking up information if you want to sell on eBay. But Rutan, if you haven't tried, it's so simple to list on Discogs. It's ridiculous. You don't even have to use photos, which to me is a disadvantage in a way. They have stock photos that people provide in the community for every album or every single or whatever you're selling. At least 99% of the time they do. And the only thing I don't like about that is, let's say you have something that you want to highlight about yours that might be a little bit different. Or let's say yours does have a bit of a ding or something on the cover that isn't represented in the photo. You know, your only recourse is to mention it in the commentary on the listing. You can't like show a photo of it, which is kind of a pain in the neck. But for ease of listing, you can't beat it. I mean, it's so simple. You don't even need to upload photos. And if you guys have a lot of records, I would definitely recommend checking out Discogs. And if anybody ever needs any help, as always, you can email me at jiminyflipit@gmail.com. You can comment on my Discogs listing on Discogs video, or you can talk to me on these multiple shows we do during the week. Try it, Rutan. It's actually really simple to get up there. And I would, if you have records or whatever media you're selling on eBay, just cross-list them. It's so simple. You can literally copy and paste from your eBay listing, your titles and things of that nature, and then just use the photos that they have on there. And then just, be mindful, of course, if it sells, make sure it's deleted from the other platform. But again, with the volume that I have, I only have, like I said, 100 maybe on that I cross-listed from eBay to Discogs, where we have hundreds on eBay. So it's not hard to reconcile the two. Alrighty. Swift Premium Ham. I believe that's gone from our life right now, right? Let me just make sure. Yes, we did list the ham. Okay. Now my mouse is acting up. Oy vey. Left the smudges on paper verbiage here, right? With good reason. Let me take it off going forward, though. If we need it, we'll apply it again. All right. Bite of the ham. Where shall we go? Do we have any more food? Gotta have more food. We do. This is a good one, too. Another tried and true product and very popular product. Kellogg's Cornflakes. But look at that image. That's a very nice image of a little boy. Very colorful. Again, a little overly bright. As we've discussed with that scanner. Not really a true... I mean, it's a good image, but it's artificially bright, and that drives me nuts. So I'm going to tone that down just a little bit before we list it. Again, looks like we do have a smudge. This magazine must have just been a little bit dirtier than the other ones. There was also an artist mark, I believe, up top. Let me check that out. Yes, it is Lucille Patterson Marsh, apparently. Has autographed it up top. Not autographed it, but she did the writing. I blew up the photo for myself to take a quick look at to see if there's anything really cool. But yeah, we have an artist named Lucille Patterson Marsh. If anybody feels the need to look her up, I would be grateful. Yeah, cornflakes are boring, right? No prizes, no sugar. No nutrition, truth be told. Corn, can't digest it. It's garbage. But people are suckers. In the words of P.T. Barnum, right? Suckers born every minute. We keep buying the junk, thinking we're going to be getting nutrition from it. We're not. On flakes cereal. And there is indeed a Kellogg category. Attaboy, Rutan. I'm doing the no carb thing again. I just thought I've done this multiple times over the years, and it's always wonderful for me and gives me so much more energy. I don't have a weakness, but the things I love, I'm half Italian. I grew up very Italian, and I love pasta. I could eat a bowl of spaghetti every night and be very happy with that. I love pizza. Two things that are the antithesis of a carb-free diet, though. So when I do it very hardcore, and there will be no pasta. There will be no pizza. There will be certainly no, this is Diet Coke, but there will be no Diet Coke. There will just be lots of water, lots of lean meats and salmon and blueberries and sunflower seeds and cheese and things of that nature. And it does an amazing job. And I take my vitamin pill, and I'm good, and drink tons and tons of water. All right, well, this little boy definitely needs to be mentioned, but let's fill out specifics. We have Kellogg's and cereal. We have an original ad that is multicolor. It's from 1923. It's in the United States. It has not been modified, and it is a print ad. All right. I don't know if anybody took a look. I'll look up this lady if nobody has done it for me yet. I think it's Lucille Patterson Marsh. Let's see, artist. Lucille Patterson Marsh. Very dead now, unfortunately. Born 1890, died in 1978. Prominent illustrator from the 20s through the 50s. So yeah, I'm looking at some other, they have examples of some other artwork she's known for. I might throw her in there. Let's see. But I think I'm going to throw her into a custom specific, because that's a lot of words, and I'll pretty much finish my entire title. So let's do a add custom item specific, and I'm going to put Lucille Patterson Marsh. So if anybody does collect her ads, and a high probability that might be the case if she was kind of renowned for her illustrations in advertising during that period, then a good possibility somebody could search for her. So she's in there now in the form of a custom specific. I guess we'll put what? Little boy, breakfast, table, bam. Well, boom, as Rutan said. Mushroom pasta. I would love it. Taste al dente. Yeah, you got to have it. It's got to be al dente. That's automatic. And you've seen her on on sheet music. Cool. Yep, I was saying this a couple of shows ago, but there's definitely a parallel between these ads and the vintage sheet music, mostly in the form of, they're both, you're right, pieces of art, and a lot of people collect. But I said the opposite. It's funny, I'm always saying rip up the magazines. Of course, the opposite holds true with the sheet music. Most people just buy the sheet music for the cover, whereas the magazines, it's the complete opposite. Although you can sell ad hoc, just the cover in some instances for sure. It's the guts of the magazine that makes all the money. And with the sheet music, it's kind of the opposite. The guts of the sheet music, I don't think many people really care about. It's the cover and potentially the back too. Like I showed everybody, was it last week, about the Shirley Temple that I had on the back of a very run-of-the-mill piece of sheet music. So that's it. High view from here. Heated cornflakes. Yeah, awful. Tricks are for kids. That's true. Yeah. Captain Crunch, probably the ultimate crunchy cereal. Hence the name. But again, pure garbage, just sugar and useless flour and corn meal that gives us, and then they artificially throw in vitamins. It's just we've all been sold a bag of goods, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you. But let's not get into all that. I think that's it for this one. What do you think? Kellogg's Cornflakes, little boy, breakfast table. We have the artist name, who Rutan says he recognizes in the sheet music world too, so that's pretty cool. Lucille Patterson Marsh. Look her up if anybody cares, but it looks like she had quite a career in advertising. Yeah, 8 essential vitamins and iron, right? Yeah. It's dust that they pour onto the garbage, right? Corn and it's so funny if you think about it. Cornmeal and sugar is cereal. Cornmeal and salt is chips, corn chips. Cheese doodles are just cornmeal with, powdered fake cheese on it. It's a joke. It's just corn with salt is a chip and corn with sugar is cereal. It's the same food. Sorry, I'm reading a little private message there. I'm still waiting to hear back to see about what CJ was saying about not getting that bell notification. The view from here. I'm just asking everybody that pops in new. Did you receive a notification that I was going on live tonight? I'm just taking a quick sample here because one of my regulars here, CJ, who's always on, says he did not get a notification tonight. I wanted to make sure that it was not like a widespread issue. So I'd appreciate it if you could just let me know if you saw that notification. And if you saw the notification at 5 o'clock when I did the video about the coupons. I'd appreciate it if you could let me know. All right. Cornflakes. Bye-bye. Rutan's bell is lit up. Beautiful. As it should be, right? Travis Griffin. Hold on. This needs to be acknowledged. When Travis joins, we acknowledge Travis. How are you? You didn't get a notification. You did see the bat signal. Okay. That's equally good. Welcome aboard, Travis. Travis and I had a very successful show on Monday night with Annie from eBay School as our guest, and it was really great to have Travis back on after a couple of weeks hiatus for some schoolwork he had to do. Travis, just to catch up to speed, we're listing some ads from a 1923 magazine, McCall's Magazine. And we're starting off slow with really basic stuff, cornflakes, Campbell soup. What else did we do, guys? Forgot what the other one was. Like very basic run-of-the-mill ads. And then we typically, as more people show up and it gets a little later in the evening, we'll get into the more interesting ads that we can dive into and look things up. But this one is, short of the little boy, which is kind of definitely a selling point, right? Cute little kid, the rosy cheeks, or the ruddy cheeks, as we say. Oh, yeah, speaking of low-carb diets, that's right. Travis has been, I don't know, months at this point, right? Ask me my low-carb diet, I make $25,000 from home a month. That's right. Have the bell for just a few, but doesn't work for any of them. That's a shame.
Oh, I don't know.
Wish I could help you out with that, CJ. Maybe we can go through it together or something. It might be, and the fact that it doesn't work for anybody is leading me to think it might be just some kind of setting on your browser or something, but we'll see. I appreciate you. Pretty much, we're going to be on Monday nights, Travis and I. Well, health willing and all. Monday nights, 7 o'clock. We'll have the chat show. Usually, it looks like Wednesdays have been the night that I usually do a listing show, and then sometimes I'll do another one on Friday. So if you don't get a notification and you feel like joining, just check out sometime between 5 and 6 o'clock. Usually is when I'll begin on Wednesday or Friday nights. You'll see me here doing these listings because I have a lot of fun doing it, and it kind of teaches everybody, including myself. We always learn something. Every one of these shows. So far, we haven't learned much tonight, other than the word "ruddy" means. What was the exact meaning there, Rutan?
Yeah, and I called
always red or something.
I got all the information, and I told them that we're going to be taking care of everything for the family.
Okay.
And if they can please send me the paperwork.
As my wife talks behind me, I hope you guys can't hear her. She's on the phone. But when duty calls, she has to take the phone call. All right. Kellogg's is done.
I didn't get an email yet, and I spoke with a. So it sometimes
always red cheeks. There we go. It is indeed a ruddy, right? Like a rud, not Rudy. The double D, I'm thinking, means it's ruddy.
I'm supposed to be getting an email.
Probably is a browser setting. I agree, CJ.
And I said to Kristen,
play around a little bit once the show is over. And if you need any help, let me know. I'll look too. We'll do some research together. We'll figure it out. So that's even it's even better to know that you show up without even knowing I'm going to be on. So I appreciate that, CJ. Like I said, that's pretty much, you're going to send it to the bank Monday night. We're on Wednesday night, high probability. Friday, depending on, like, as we get into June, I have so many Beatles shows coming up that are going to be on weekends, Fridays. So the Friday night shows might be a little less frequent during, from June till September or so. But if I don't have a show, I'll probably be on here listening with everybody. Oh, I didn't see this. Mine shows up on the Roku version of YouTube is recommended. Okay, cool. Oh, you got me on Roku. Cool. All right. Let's move on from the Kellogg's Kid. Just want to see if there's any more food ads so we can kind of polish those off. I think we are done with food. No, we're not done. Every time I say that, there's something else. All right, let's go to this one. This is one of those thinner. Hey, Cap Guy, what's going on? Bobby, how are you? Welcome aboard. We are listing advertisements from a 1923 McCall's magazine. Thanks for stopping in. Everybody check out the Cap Guy and JT's web YouTube channel. I was going to say web show. And he does a live show as well. It's good stuff. I was a guest on his show about a month or two ago, I guess it was, along with his partner, Angie. Great people. Highly recommend you guys check them out. Bobby has a pretty diverse background. He's lived in many states, I remember you saying, Bobby, and knows a lot. He's as the name indicates, he's a ball cap guru, and he's into toys and video games now, which is kind of cool. Two things that I am not that I'm not into them, but I have no business being in because I know nothing about them. However, you can always learn, right? Let me pull up one thing really quick. Let me throw a link in here for Bobby.
I'll try. I doubt that I'm going to, but Lady's picking these things up in the morning. And all those high school proms are happening right now. Yep, so I got those today. Last weekend.
Oh, my pleasure, Bobby. Here you go. Everybody check him out.
See you tomorrow.
Good stuff. You thought you had a website. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I said that, but you probably should have a website. Okay. This is the ad I pulled up. This is one of those thinner ones I was saying. It's still the full 16-inch length. This one is about 3 or 4 inches wide. And it's for grape nuts. Grape nuts cereal. The one I have lots of grape nuts ads. And in this case, it is, we'll check because we've had this problem before, but Post now makes grape nuts. We'll have to see if in 1923 they made grape nuts, or if grape nuts was its own like proprietary brand. I'm not sure, but we will delve into that when we look at the ad. But for now, for category purposes, I am going to put it in Post because I think people will be looking under that if they're searching for cereal ads like this one. And this is black and white, as we see. It's original. It is not modified. It is 1923. And here's what we're going to check out. We'll print in. I'm going to blow this ad up and see if it makes any reference to Post or not. Yes, and actually it says, this is kind of cool, made by Postum Cereal, Battle Creek, Michigan. Postum. So now everybody knows that the full name of Post is actually Postum. Isn't that cool? Things you learn on this show every night, every time we're on. So we will put Post. And we will put Post in the, and it looks like it's already populated. So we'll update that with Post. We are in good shape. Sold a Salem corduroy cap. Wow. Salem, Massachusetts, I'm assuming, or cigarettes. Nope. Here we go. Don't smoke. Okay. So not Salem, Massachusetts. Smoking a pipe rootin', nice. Certain pipe tobaccos have such an amazing smell. Years ago when I worked in Manhattan, it was the days prior to when smoking was banned everywhere, and you could smoke right in the office. And one of our managers used to, he had a really nice office in the back of our area, up against the window, and he used to smoke a pipe every single day, multiple pipes every single day. Is that Ewell Gibbons in the pic? I don't know who that is, but let's take a look, and maybe you could tell me who Ewell Gibbons is. It says every mother should make a study of the food she gives her family. Also, we have recipes below: grape nut salad and grape nuts ice cream. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, I was wondering, you were quiet for a bit there. Scanner software problems. Uh-oh. Not the new scanner, I hope. Didn't you pick up the scanner I represent, the Plus Tech? I believe you said. Yep, grape nuts. Grape nuts, grape nuts. I like grape nuts. After all my cereal ridicule earlier, I do like grape nuts. They're probably just as meaningless and just as non-nutritious, but I do like them. Commercials in the 70s kind of reminds me of Wild Hickory nuts. Yeah. Yeah, they have I think it's the malt actually that gives it its flavor. I know they have malt. And I'm sure we all love our beer, so the combination of the wheat germ or whatever and malt, it just has a really unique flavor. Again, it's not sweetened or anything, but it tastes really good. They have like a body to them. They feel a little more satisfying to me when I eat them. I am very much pro grape nuts. Well, anyway, it says every mother should make a study of the food she gives her family with 2 recipes. That's going to make up bulk of our title. Recipes. Every mother. We're going to have to paraphrase here. Every mother should make a food. I'm going to say mother food she gives. I can't fit that. Food gives. Can't fit that either. I'm going to put mother, father, child. Nope, I'm going to put breakfast, table, family. That kind of satisfies it all. Oh, did you, CJ? Yeah, I still have a box. Did you see? You know what's disgraceful, though? The grape nut boxes are literally yay high. What are they? 5 or 6 inches high by, I think I mentioned this last time. Maybe a little taller than that. Maybe like 6 inches high by 5 inches wide by an inch deep. You're lucky if you get 3 bowls of cereal, and it's like $6, $5-6 for a box of grape nuts, which is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, but worth it to me because I don't eat it very frequently and it'll last, but those 3 bowls are really tasty. Epson scanners will not work. I have to load which software I want to use. Oh. Yeah, just you could download drivers from the Epson website, Jeff, for that specific product too. If you're using the exact one I have, I can give you a link if you need that, but they update with some frequency, like you have to upload the drivers or upload the firmware sometimes with Epson. So go to the website and put in the specifics of your scanner, and you should be able to download some new drivers and, if need be, a new firmware. Hopefully that'll take care of it. Let me know if you need help. I'd be happy to help. All right, so that pretty much completes this one too, right? We have, remember I said about the specifics that we have to alter once in a while? There's thankfully, no smudges or anything on this one. However, it is certainly not a 11-inch wide ad. It is more like a 3-inch wide. It's very long, thin advertising. There's a few of those tonight. These long, thin ones that are on the side. But again, cool image. Just family at the breakfast table. Got a recipe. And now we all know that it's actually called Postum, Postum cereal company from Battle Creek. I think we're good with this one. So let us list it. Just bear with me 1 second on my other computer with YouTube. Because some bizarre reason. Hold on 1 second. Talk about technical problems. Not really a problem. Just things to work on. There we go. I just need to reduce the size of this thing. There we go. Much better, much better, much better. And then we have a pop-out chat option that I want to initiate here. Boom. Okay, now we're rocking and rolling. Sorry, everybody. All right, there's another one. And I do believe there's one more food ad. We've started out with nothing but food ads so far. And that trend will continue at least one more time. Another old stamp. We're dealing with classic Americana tonight. Nothing strange, tried and true brands, Campbell's and Kellogg's and Post, Cornflakes. I mean, can you get more American than Cornflakes? And now next will be another cereal ad. And the same size, one of those long, thin ones. This will be for... if I can find it. Here we go. Quaker Oats. Another pre-Quaker guy. Quaker Oats ad. A lot of the ones we've been dealing with, for those of you who've watched several shows, everybody knows about the Quaker Oats guy. Quaker on the cover. Kind of looks like Ben Franklin with the hat going. Not in any of these ads because he wasn't the mascot, if you will, yet at this point. So this is another, just says Quaker Oats. No indication of the Quaker Oat guy. Another little kid eating a steaming hot bowl of oats with another recipe below for Quaker macaroons. All right. Don't remember if this was smaller. I'll have to modify this. I think this is only half a page long, so we could go 8x3. You can always go in and check that afterwards, but Quaker Oats. Change the category, and you can see there's a Quaker cereal category. Put it in there. Quaker cereal, black and white. Original ad. US of A, 1923. Not been modified. And there we go. We have our new adjusted 8x3 dimensions. There we go. The macaroon recipe is kind of unique. It says Quaker Oats, just the cream of the oats. We got the little boy. I think it's a boy up there. And I saw Rutan wrote something, but I didn't see what it was. Fattaboy child. Like that, like attaboy. So fattaboy. I totally agree, Rutan. It drives me nuts that that's not a choice. You have to hand type that. I know it takes another 0.6 seconds, but it is annoying. I agree with you totally. It should be multicolor, black and white. Totally, totally agree with that. How hard can it be? Try to explain that fattaboy content. I'm not really sure what that meant. A comment. Yes, he does look like Oliver Hardy. Are you very, very young, Oliver Hardy? But love of oats, foster it in this way. The love of oats will last a lifetime if you foster it correctly. Millions of mothers in 50 different countries have for decades done it this way. So Quaker Oats have been around quite a while, certainly in the 1800s. It's just talking about how it gives you, vim and vigor, and bodybuilders have Quaker Oats, and there's a macaroon recipe. So we're going to put little boy. I like a Dutch boy haircut. Where are our fashionistas here? Is that the Dutch boy haircut? Rooting with the reference that I didn't get a place called Fat Boy's Pizza. And the guy kept saying Fat Boy. Gotcha. Sorry, didn't get the reference at all. Must be a regional thing, Rootin. Yeah, Dutch boy, right? So we're going to go Dutch boy haircut. In fact, instead of little boy, we'll put Dutch boy haircuts. And then we will put macaroon recipe, which should probably take us pretty much to the end. This one. And of course, I misspelled macaroon. Anything less? Double C, maybe? Low? One R? It's got to be some weird combination. Regional Italian thing. I get the attaboy thing, being of Italian descent, but I did not get the fattaboy thing. I have not heard of Fat Boy Pizza or whatever you said it was called. How do we spell macaroon, everybody? 1C, 1R, 2 O's. 1C, 1R, 2 O. And sure enough, we've accurately spelled macaroon. Thank you very much, Rootin. My built-in spell check, yeah. Fashionista, Travis, yes. Travis sets the fashion world ablaze on a daily basis. Certainly on our show. I think that's a good one, though, to have the Dutch boy haircut, popular, searchable, unique. As a little zing to an otherwise pretty bland black and white Quaker Oats ad. I hope everybody agrees. Alrighty. It's another one. We're plowing through them tonight. Absolutely plowing through them. Right. Create some more. Rootin, did you know that was Quaker, or did Sarah fill you in with that one? The not Quaker, the Dutch boy thing. Sarah's usually good with the fashion comments. Okay, I do believe that is the end of the food ads. Every time I say it, I find another one, but I'm pretty sure that's it this time. I think we're actually done. Nope, we got one more. I wasn't even joking. We do have one more. And this one, another one we've listed a million times. Look at how thin this one is, but I'm going to list it. You know why I'm going to list it? Because that's Heinz, folks. Heinz 57. In this case, we're talking Heinz vinegar. Oh, totally, Rootin. Exactly. That's why I usually always put, if there's a recipe in an ad, I always indicate that there's a recipe, because you're right. People will literally just search for those and try to cook the stuff, old recipes. I think that's a really cool thing to do, truth be told. Look at how thin this is. I mean, you're talking probably 2 inches wide. In fact, I'm going to tweak that. I'm going to put 2. This is the full 16 tall by 2 inches wide. Long, thin advertisement for good old Heinz 57. So let's put in Heinz 7. And you can see they don't have their own proprietary category, but pickles and condiments will do, because this is vinegar. I guess we'll put in condiments. Let's see when I put the word vinegar in, if that changes anything. Is that a curiosity? No, we're still going to go with the condiments thing, because I think, Heinz is pretty much known as being a condiment, obviously mostly for ketchup, some relish maybe. But as we've seen by listing these Heinz ads, my goodness, they got their hands in everything, especially back then. All right, so Heinz vinegars, plural, I'll put that in. You have a lady pouring a giant thing of vinegar into what appears to be a salad. I know this one is really tiny. Vinegars. Woman. Salad. No, let's put salad dressing. woman. Today a salad is a necessary course to a complete dinner. Choice materials used, the skill and care in preparation, the long aging in wood makes Heinz vinegar rich, pure, mellow, and altogether superior product. All right, so it's basically just singing the praises once again, like all these things do, of their own company. Yay, Heinz. It does mention olive oil. Good catch. Down at the bottom, it actually says the combination of Heinz vinegar and Heinz olive oil gives your salad a delicious taste that cannot be surpassed. And for the sake of trying to fill out characters in the title, I agree wholeheartedly there, Rutan. We'll put salad dressing, olive oil. Olive oil as in the product, not as in Popeye's love interest. Olive oil, woman, there you go. Not a whole lot, once again, to kind of go over with some of these tonight. They're all, again, this is on purpose. I'm picking the really cut and dry ones first with the hopes that we'll build up some more people in here this evening. Get into some more fun ones that require a little more research. The craziest one we had tonight was that one artist, right? Which was kind of cool. We found out she was pretty famous. Heinz. 3. Our theme is pickles and condiments. All right. As Rutan would say, boom. Let's get rid of that one. Okay. I'm pretty positive that will conclude tonight's food advertisements. Like I've said 3 times already, but yeah, this time I'm actually being honest. There are no more food ads. That's a fact. So let me delete that from my album. So now we can segue into a different realm altogether. Get out of food and go into, let's go with this one first. Everybody knows Hoover vacuum, another, classic brand. We're dealing with some top shelf brands this evening. Americana. Hoover, of course, everybody knows, vacuum cleaner. But for those of you who might not have seen this in other shows, or maybe, I don't even remember if I did any, but you'll see tons of Hoover ads, and it was commonly just known as the Hoover. Instead of saying the vacuum, you get the Hoover. In Britain, I know that they call vacuums Hoovers. Kind of like a Q-tip thing, where even if it's not a Johnson & Johnson Q-tip officially, you call it a Q-tip. It's just become the default name. Same thing in Britain. Like I said, they call it a Hoover. And the art of vacuuming is actually called hoovering. Did you hoover the rug? Kind of cool. So the product, talk about brand recognition, right? A lot of people call Coke, like any soda's a Coke. All those sort of things. Q-tip is the big one. It's technically called a cotton swab, but I think most people refer to it as a Q-tip. All right, well, this is indeed a Hoover vacuum cleaner advertisement. Another very popular brand that we have sold tons of. Hope this is no exception. Put it into household ads. I don't put it into an appliance. Appliance I kind of leave for ovens and stoves and washing machines and dishwashers. Vacuum is a little different. It's more of a utilitarian tool, at least in my view. So I'll put in other household ads, and then for my internal store, I will also have a thing called household items. Put in there, fill out some specifics, original, black and white. It's not modified. US of A. 1923. Hoover. Brand. This one, as you see, is also a narrow one. And I will need to go back. I don't remember what, I got to get in the habit of maybe writing the dimensions in my photo so I don't have to keep going back. I find that like whenever I don't do a full pager, I'm kind of guesstimating some of these dimensions. And I don't want to be way off. Like I don't know if this is the full 16 inches length or if it's like half of that. So let's say this is about 5 inches wide. I will go back to my folder and make sure. And this one I'm going to put to 1999 due to the popularity of the Hoover. Looks like CJ wrote Kleenex. Kleenex, another great brand, sure. Great point. I don't have any Kleenex. I don't have many Kleenex ads at all. But here we are, the Hoover. It beats as it sweeps as it cleans. 13-year-old rugs are often mistaken for new. I'm going to blow this one up so I could read some of the details for those of you who can't see it, which would be me if I didn't blow it up. I want to see if there's, sometimes there's like a model number or something associated with it. This is just strictly the Hoover. Well, here we go. This is interesting. The location of this one, it says in Haddon Hall, the exclusive private hotel of 30 rooms conducted by Mrs. Lawrence Hussey of San Diego, California, are 30 handsome rugs. Wilson's Brussels Orientals. They all look new. Purchased 13 years ago. So we are going to definitely put in the fact that this is supposedly a representation of this Haddon Hall private hotel. Always good to have something cool like that. Haddon, I'll check my spelling again, but I think it was Haddon. All private. Not sure if that exists anymore. We could look that up. Hotel San Diego. Anything you could do to give your ad an edge, like to take it out of just what it's known for, which in this case is just a vacuum cleaner, and it's popular. The vacuum cleaner component is popular unto itself, but if you can add something unique like a very specific hotel in a city, again, people collect everything under the sun, things you would never think people collect. They do. There might be people that just collect San Diego. California, being California, is very collectible in general. This specific hotel might be some legendary place. Who knows? I never heard of it. If anybody else has, let me know. Haddon Hall, who knows what happened in Haddon Hall. People might collect Haddon Hall advertisements. And the fact that it's a Hoover is almost secondary. I love to have the ability to stretch out, a basic ad like that into all these different arenas people might be searching for. Pretty much fills out that title. Like I said, we are definitely rocking and rolling tonight. Pretty cool. You know what? Just for fun, let me look up Haddon Hall Hotel. San Diego. Let's see if it exists, if it became anything else famous, or if it's completely irrelevant. Well, there's a Haddon Hall, Miami Beach. There's a San Diego Hyatt house. Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah, there's a 1912 brochure about this hotel. So it's safe to say it doesn't exist anymore. But like I said, just kind of cool to have an edge, something different to talk about on a very basic advertisement like this. So let's list this one. CJ, are you in need of a tissue? Is that why you're writing that? I'm trying to figure out the Kleenex. Just did I mention something about Kleenex in passing and I forgot about it already? That's very possible.
Damn it.
Let's see what else we have for tonight. Well, guys, I want to try this again. Do you remember when I used to play that mellow music in the background? It was interfering with my microphone sometimes, but I want to try it again. There's a lot of downtime tonight. So let me know, please, if you hear the background music and if it has any impact on my the sound of my microphone. Please let me know. Let me throw something on. Let's see. God, I wish I could play real music and not be blocked with copyrights. But alas. We don't do that kind of thing. You hear that mellow little music in the background? Is it screwing up anything about my microphone? Oh, that's what I figured you were saying, CJ. It's like Americana brands, right? Very cool. Kleenex would definitely fit that bill, for sure. Coca-Cola, of course. Those who, if anybody came on after we talked about it, the Coca-Cola ad we listed Friday with the 1906 with that glass in the middle and couple with the malformed heads that sold for $25 today. A little 5x7 ad. Kind of cool. I talked about this earlier again. Let me reiterate. When we do the live listing shows, if there are any ads that we listed together within, let's say, the last week or 2 weeks, sure that's 2 weeks, and they sell in the intro, I'm going to show those. Just let everyone know that the work that we put in, yield results, and we have a sale on it. It's kind of cool to see that. Messed up the sound, said Jeff. Messed up the sound, huh? Am I back now? Hopefully I'm back now. There will be no more music, folks. 1, 2. Just let me know if sound is back. Ruby, thank you. Oh well. We were talking about browser settings before, CJ. I'm going to have to check mine as well because there's no reason to have that background music interfere with my audio. But I will finagle with that. Offline. Anybody else? Sorry about that. Just thought it'd be nice to have a little something in the background. Okay. I'm on a record. But I don't have copyright on it. Problem is, I don't know. And then it's very frustrating. You do a video for this many hours or whatever we wind up doing. Everything seems fine. All of a sudden, you see, bam, YouTube copyright. PMG Music says you can't play Frank Sinatra though. Sure. That would be a wonderful thing to have in the background. Okay, enough of the sound nonsense. Let's move on to another ad. Hoover's gone. Sounds echoey, Travis. You kidding me? All right, hang on, guys. Isn't it amazing it can wreak havoc like this with 2 seconds of stupid music in the background? Hang on a second, buddy. One, two. How about now? Bad phone reception? Oh my goodness. Not what you want to go for here. All because I hit a music button. That won't happen again. How is it? The same? Good, Jeff? All right. Jeff says it's good. Waiting for Travis to confirm. He's my technical advisor here. Sorry. Putting the brakes on a show for no reason. Rock and roll. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. As you were. Let's pull up another ad. The vacuum. Let's see. Do we have anything else in the appliance world here for entertainment tonight? Don't believe we do. All right. When in doubt, let's go soup. No, not soup. Soap. Soup. Bon Ami. Very, very popular. But again, do you see the yellowing, everybody? Artificially so. Ad does not look like this. But when there's a lot of white on a sheet of paper and that scanner gets involved, it has a tendency to artificially brighten it up. Let me fix this really quick. I think that looks way too washed out and doesn't look like the real ad does. And if there's one thing we want to get across to our potential buyers is that these ads look great. So you don't want to have a lousy looking, the effort that goes into taking the pictures and the scans. I want them to look true to form. Bear through 1 second. Let's tone that one down just a wee bit, shall we? I am not digging that brightness at all. Not even just the brightness, that yellowing, if you know what I mean, around the side. Awful. Absolutely awful. Isn't it exciting watching somebody tweak color balances on a photo? But I think it's an important thing to do. I really want people to see what it looks like. There's a thing called vibrance, which I will lower. We'll darken some highlights. Still kind of has this stupid tint to it. All right, let me try this. Definitely got rid of that yellowing, which I guess was the main objective here. And pull it back up. Let me know what you guys think. Let's get rid of this one. Hopefully you'll see the yellowing is gone. Oh, and of course it's too big. Hang on. Whenever you make certain modifications to pictures, it winds up being too bad. Yeah, we had Bon Ami. Yeah, I have a bunch of those, Rutan. They were very popular back then. Bon Ami soap. Very common advertisement of the time. I have to resize this because it is 4100 by 6200 pixels. That's a big old scan. Let's reduce that just slightly. Tools of the trade. If anybody ever wants to see what I do with some of these pictures as far as editing them, I'd be happy. Maybe I'll do a video about that. It still looks bright. I see that, but see the yellowing's kind of gone. And now we could use the cheesy proprietary eBay editing tool to de-brighten it even more. It's colorful enough. That looks a little better, right? I think it does. All right. Well, anyway, Bon Ami, very popular soap. It's used for household cleaning, so we're gonna have again household ads. That's fine. Bon Ami. Means for my French-speaking friends, good friend, I would say. Knowing a little bit about Italian, buon amici. Looks like I would say that probably means good friend, but if anyone wants to confirm or deny that, I'd appreciate it. We'll put this back at $14.99. Cool image. Mom is out there washing the windows. Look at that. Bon Ami for windows, etc. So we have mother once again doing the chores, doing the windows. She looks like she's sitting in the flower box. That's kind of interesting. While her little girl sits there and it says, "There now, hold the cake. It won't soil your hands. I'll whisk this Bon Ami off in a jiffy. The window will be so clear you won't know if it's there. Cleaning windows is magical. Bon Ami with no work at all." All right, so we're going to do mother. Let's go housewife, mother, and child. Cleaning windows. I'm going to put cleaning windows ahead of mother and child. There you go. Oh, this is a multicolor, so let's change that. And this is also a full pager, so let me fix that. We're talking 16 by 11. Categories are correct. There you go. Nice ad of mom sitting on her windowsill, washing windows, while the little kid asks for something else. A piece of cake, it looks like, is what it says. All right. Very good. Hold on. Private messages, everybody. Wheeling and dealing. Okay. Got that done. Anybody else have anything to say? Guten Tag, Artie Mike. Where has Artie Mike been in recent shows? Welcome back. Good to see you. We're doing a 1923 magazine, Artie Mike. McCall's magazine from September of 1923. Having lots of fun. With the exception of this ad that we're working on right this moment, they've all been like staples of Americana, Kellogg's and Post, and what else do we have, everybody? Campbell Soup, all these like stalwart American companies. Okay, I think we're good with this one. Let's list the window ad. Bam, bon ami. Travis, did you see Guten Tag? What am I? Did you see the listing show? I don't know when it was. A couple of weeks ago, we were joking about when a crow was on, and we were talking about like a bevy of ads that we had for soap, right? It might have even been Bon Ami, but was something else, Sudzo or something, right? I think it was the 20s as well. And without fail, the general theme with these ads was mother. They would literally say mother. Mother is like doing laundry. Mother is doing, she's cleaning curtains, things of that nature. While the kids and the husband are all bathing. So they're using Sudzo. Let's say they have a picture of them in the shower and the kids are in the bathtub. How important it is to stay clean. While mother continuously is wiping down walls and on her hands and knees cleaning the floor. And the joke was, mother never gets to take a bath. Hey, Bartomania. Cheers as in adios or cheers as in welcome again? In either instance, thank you for being on. I appreciate it. But yeah, so she's really happy to stop washing. No, this was not a communal bathtub event, but it was funny. Like we had like 3 or 4 ads that night that all were that same theme. Everybody else is bathing while mother, toils. Toast with a beer. Hey, salud. Absolutely. Bartomania always with the shamrock icon. Travis, I know, has some Scotsman in him, at least a little bit, right? At least half. I'm half Irish and half Italian, so cheers to all of us. Travis, here are also good name shows. Yeah. All right. Bon ami, bon voyage. Oh, I erased off the, that would be a pity. Okay, here we go. Half a mug glad Irish. Cool. Anybody holding a pint of Guinness is an Irishman for at least that 10 minutes it takes to drink it, right? Here we go. Actually, this is funny. Here's the other soap ad. This was the brand, Travis, I was talking about. Lux. Lux. Let's see if the same thing. See, mother is toiling, right? As always, mother is toiling, washing her pretty blouses, doing dishes down below. Her hands are chafing. Meanwhile, father is kicking back with a cigar, you know, the kids are in the bathtub. Mother never gets to bathe. Mother is always toiling. It's a sin. Something's got to be done about this. It's so funny. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Ah, Root, you're Scottish too. Cool. See, Travis, you got a paisan here. All right, here we go, folks. We got Lux. I think it's Lux, right? Not like good Lux, not Luke's. Soap, toiling, mother. All those same elements are in place. So let's go Lux. If I hit Lux and hit category, let me see if it goes right to soap. It does. You see this? Soap and detergent. But Lux soap detergent, because she's both washing dishes and washing clothing. So we're going to use both of those words. Again, we're in the household items, which is fine. It's multicolor. It's original. Our theme is indeed soap and detergent. It's in the United States. It's not modified. It is a print ad. You know, brand is Lux, and it was created in 1923. We have this brand. This is also another full pager. They need not fade or yellow, unlike this piece of paper. Wash this way, your pretty blouses keep their color. I do wish, boy do I wish, Annie was on, or Winter Crow. I know Winter Crow wasn't going to be on tonight. She gave me a little heads up, which is fine. But Annie. Et tu, Annie. Where are you? I know she's busy doing some projects, but boy do I wish she was here, because she could tell me about this style of drawing. It just appeals to me, and I'd be willing to bet there's a name for this styling. You see, like the elongated drawing, her hairdo, her clothing, all that kind of stuff. When at all possible, I love to point out in my advertising, in my title of the ad. And I'm just looking at the blown up photo here to see if there's anything cool I could pull out. Sure enough, yeah, the new way to wash dishes, won't roughen your hands, and doing your laundry is basically what we're dealing with. So again, we will probably use housewife, laundry. Always remembering we don't have to make a complete sentence here, even though that's always my temptation, is to write a sentence. No need to do that at all. This is eBay. It's just a series of keywords that you can kind of put in any order you want. But my nature is to kind of want to make it flow like a sentence, but it really is unnecessary. So housewife, laundry, dishes, hands. What was the word? Hands on. Won't roughen hands. Dishes, hands. And what was she washing? Blouses. See if we can fit blouses in there. Yeah, look at that. We got it all in, everybody. Lux soap, housewife, laundry, blouses, dishes, hands. Kind of a wacky collection of words. I'll give you that, but they all do apply here. And if anybody searches on any of those or any combination of those, along with Lux and soap and 1920s print ads, I have a fighting chance that my ad will show up. And that's all I could ask for, right? So let's list that one, because we have no characters left. We have time for a couple more, as we're approaching 7:30 here on the East Coast. Just wanted to kind of do a quickie show tonight on the heels of the premiere video, which went live at 5 o'clock Eastern. You guys can check it out if you haven't seen it already. It's a really fantastic new feature that eBay rolled out that I've had 7 sales directly as a result of using it since yesterday afternoon. So I definitely recommend you check that out, that new coupon option within eBay and the marketing tab. Check out the video. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have success or failure with it, or if you found something else about it that I don't know about. Let me know. speaking of mother, the wife will be home shortly. That's cool. Yeah, I always so it's early there still. Do we have any more soap ads? Actually, I think we do. What is this one? I can't even see what this is. I'll pull it in. See if we want to list it. Yes, Felth's Naphtha. Another very, very popular brand at the time. I have tons of these. Felth's Naphtha soap. Once again, what do we got mother doing? She's cleaning. She's toiling. She's on her knees. She's cleaning the floor. She's cleaning the sink. She's cleaning a tub. Everything but bathing. But if father was in this ad, sure enough, he'd be in the tub. If the kids were there, they'd be in the tub. Mother is doomed to toil at all times. Poor mother. The golden bar with the clean naphtha odor. 10-ounce carton. Yeah, and seriously though, this is a very, very popular soap of the 20s and 30s, I believe, even too. I have lots of these ads up. They do well. My wife's grandmother, who just turned 99, only surviving grandparent of either one of us at this point. Mine would all be well over 100, unfortunately, at this point, and they're gone. But her grandmother's still alive, 99 years old. I showed her some of these things that were from, when she was little, and she was glowing. She's like, "Oh, of course, Felth's Naphtha. My mother used to use that." It's so cool to talk with her and show her some of these things that she remembers, especially when she gets into the 30s and 40s. She was having kids already. And it's just amazing to go through some of this stuff with her and show her these things. And she gives an insight that I would never be able to provide myself, having lived through the Depression and the war and everything. Very cool. So this would be right up her alley. I remember her mentioning that this was a very, very popular soap. Her mother used it for everything until she was like a teenager, which would have been in the 30s. Okay. Fells. A weird name. Naphtha soap, which again will be in the soap and detergent category, obviously. The foundation of sanitary house cleaning. I kind of like that phrase just by itself. The foundation of sanitary. And again, this might be the whole title, everybody. Sanitary housekeeping. Make it more simple than that, everybody, huh? I don't know why I keep saying everybody. We were talking on the chat show Monday about tics that people have. You never realize until you start doing YouTube shows, especially if you're just, speaking freely like this with any kind of script, obviously. How many things, everybody has things like that where they say words, whether it's like, or like, or saying everybody, every other word, which I'm doing tonight for whatever reason. It's amazing. How much there is to work, as I just said, it's amazing how much there is to work on in your own speech. You really get a good dose of that when you do these videos with some frequency and you watch the playback. You look, oh my God, I said everybody 87 times tonight for no reason. Felth's Naphtha. That's all she wrote with this one. It is not multicolor though, so let's fix that. We'll do black and white. It is a full pager though. And there's enough activity going as I blow it up for everybody. Like I said, it literally has her, clean the floor, clean the sink, clean everything in between. This, doing laundry, it looks like cooking. So those little images, I think people will find appealing that collect this sort of stuff. Well, not that would happen. No, but if you want to be humbled, everybody, why don't you get on YouTube? And I'm somebody that, performs for a living for 30 years at this point, more, and never have a problem on stage or anything. But when you're sitting here just, bantering like this with a camera in your face in front of potentially the whole world, I'm not nervous in any way, shape, or form. I've never been nervous. But it is funny how you catch yourself, saying things over and over, or all those annoying things you want to try to weed out of a quality broadcast, like and like. You catch yourself doing it with alarming frequency. So I highly recommend it. It's almost therapeutic. Even if you don't have a YouTube channel, just turn it on and go on. Talk to the world freely and see how many times you catch yourself. I think we will do at least this one more tonight. And maybe we'll pick up part 2 on Friday. Do we have any more soap? No, we do not have any more soap. We do have this one. And I was surprised by this because, again, I'm often surprised how old brands are. Like you think certain things are relatively, modern, like this one. Simmons Beauty Rest mattress. Did anybody know that Simmons Beauty Rest mattresses were around in the 20s? I didn't know that. The Rockefeller fortune owes much of its growth to sleep. Well, we definitely have. And I'm just looking at the blown up. Once again, I'm looking at the blow up, but mentioning Rockefeller, that would be a bolo. Let's see. It says finished in brown. Simmons Riviera beds shown here in ebony and gold with panels in natural tan Simmons cane. Okay. You get the idea, everybody, right? We're going to definitely mention Rockefeller. Simmons. And let's build this one up. Simmons mattress. Rockefeller. Owes much of its growth. Rockefeller fortune, we will write. And then what was the brand was? At least the brand of mattress that's shown here is called it looks like Riviera, but it ends in an E. Riviera? So basically spell Riviera, but then throw an E at the end. There you go. Is there anything else? John D. Rockefeller. Here we go. If anybody doesn't know who John D. Rockefeller was, I recommend you go to the Google and find out. Richest man on the planet for a very long time. Oil tycoon. So having John D. Rockefeller in there is good for business, without question. Turning a simple, household mattress advertisement into something a little bigger and grander. Black and white. This is also full pager. Yeah, let's list it. Very good. First time I've ever had John D. Rockefeller mentioned in a print ad. In several years of doing this. But he is welcome to the store. We'll sell. People will search for Rockefeller stuff without question. Rockefeller Center. All right, everyone. I want to thank you all very much for joining. As always, do check out that video once again. Let me get rid of this. That I uploaded this afternoon at 5 o'clock, about 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. I highly recommend you guys check out that option, that new coupon option. It gives you the ability to just set up a public coupon for anybody to find out there on eBay. You could put, you set the different parameters yourself. You can choose specific items within your store. You could choose entire categories. You could choose to put your whole store out there with a coupon, and you can put a time frame in place. I chose to just do a really quick one for a day. And right away when I did it yesterday, I had 4 sales as a direct result. You'll see when it sells if it's sold via that marketing tool. 4 yesterday and 3 today already at 7:30 at night. So hopefully we'll get a couple more today from the coupon. But I definitely I'm very excited about it. I'm thrilled that it worked right away. How often does that happen when something rolls out new? It's like, oh, okay, I'll give it a try. But to have, especially yesterday, it was ridiculous. 4 straight ads sold with that coupon. Definitely recommend checking out the video. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I really appreciate everybody for stopping in tonight and helping me out. Give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 600 subscribers. Getting there. Getting to that mythical 1,000 mark. Travis and I are waiting to break out the champagne when we hit that 1,000 mark. Look for this coming Monday. We might have a special guest, Travis. I'll let you know who that is, because I'm still working. I'm in negotiations right now with this individual. But hopefully we'll have them on Monday night, and probably Friday I will do another listening show, most likely. And I might actually have that other video I promised last week about sheet music, vintage sheet music. I do have it prepared and recorded. I just have to finish editing it and uploading it. So that'll probably be out by Friday as well. Again, I want to thank everybody. I hope everybody has a really great night. And thank you for spending time with me tonight. Take care. Bye-bye.